Yalla, what was the first topic? It was giving advice, right? Within advice, we have something we call instructions. And then we will know the difference between advice and instruction. But first of all, giving advice starts with subject, you, right? And sometimes we have she or he. Remember, if we have you, and then how many models we have here? What are the models of advice? We have how many models? Count. 6 models, right? Yalla, let's go with the first one. Must, should, wait, and, need to, or have to. But if we change the pronoun he, she, we can't say have to or need to. We say, good, needs to, or has to. That's great. Okay, and the rest we have other 2 models like what? Ought to, and had better. Good. And we should know the negative form of the models. Must. What is the negative of must? Mustn't. Forget about the instruction, guys. And what is the negative of should? Shouldn't. Okay. And need to, have to? Don't. Okay. Don't. Don't need to. Don't have to. But for he and she we say doesn't. Doesn't need to. Doesn't have to. What is the negative of ought to? We say out, and we put not, and then to. The negative of had better? Had better not. Good. Imagine this is inserted, this is put at the end. Okay, and all followed by base. Remember, and there's always base here. Sometimes they give us the past form of the base, okay, just like light, lit, song, sing, sang. So we have to know the past and the base forms of all the verbs. Okay, so this is the grammatical rule, and now let's have an example. For example, which one is the correct form of giving advice? Or which one is grammatically correct? Or which one is correct? Zakaria. A. You should clean your room. B. Your sister have to sleep early. C. You must try again. D. All of them. Okay, so if we ask you which one is correct and incorrect, you know this, right? And now tell me, let's find out the mistake for the first example. You should clean. Yeah. And guys, pay attention. In the exam, the verbs are all irregular type because you know ed is past. But how do they make us confused? By adding irregular verbs like take, took, write, light, lit, these verbs. Your sister have to sleep early. Your sister have to sleep early. It must be has to, right? Because your sister is she. With she we say has to. You must try again. Is this grammatically correct? Yeah. We have you and then modal and then base. So C is correct. Any question? Okay, now let's talk about instructions. Who can tell me? There is one model which is used in advice but not used in instructions. And let's know the differences between instruction and advice. Who knows? Giving instructions. By the way, guys, in instruction, there's always you, right? That's good. And how many models we have here? 5. In advice, we had 6, right? But here, 5. What are they? Have to, need to, should, must, and what is the last model? Do we have had better here? No. No, we have ought to plus base. So in grade 12, let's say, what are the differences between instruction and advice? In advice, we have must, which is the strongest form, right? That's number 1. Do we have negative here? Huh? No. So it means there's always positive. Do we have she and he here? No. It means it starts with you only. And who can tell me another difference? Yeah, good job. So we use the adverbs. What do you call these adverbs in English? Adverbs of sequences. Like what? Like first, like finally at the end, right? And we have following that, after that. And if you have an example like this, first, you have to go straight. This sentence expresses, what does this sentence express? Is this advice or instruction? Instruction. Instruction. Why? Because of this sentence expresses instruction because, what about this? If I remove first, you have to go straight. This can be advice, right? You have to go straight. Okay. And with this, it can be instruction. And do you remember, guys, we have imperative here? Imperative. How we change any instruction, example, sentence to imperative? Just we say, you forgot? Huh? Just say, go straight. Isn't it imperative? What is imperative? When you, what is imperative? When you ask someone to do it directly, just like an order, right? You do it, yani without showing any respect. Okay, like close the door, open the door. So this is called imperative. You see the difference between, or let's say the differences between advice and instruction, right? That's good. Okay, so what is the next lesson? The next lesson, guys. Okay, making making suggestions. Who can tell me in how many ways we can make suggestions in English? How many ways are they? How many rules we have? We have 4 rules, right? 1, no. What about or how about? All right. So if you remember, I said how about, what about followed by? Okay, 1, we can say verb ing. 2, noun. 3, phrasal noun. Plus complement and punctuation is question mark at the end. All right, all right. So let's bring one example for each. What about? What about? What about? What about eating out? Here, what is used? Verb ing. Now, let's say how about, it's the same. How about eating? Okay, let's use a noun. What about the new film or movie? Use a phrasal noun. Use a phrasal noun here. What about? Huh? A cup of tea. Right? Verb ing, noun, phrasal noun. This is rule number 1. Rule number 2. What is rule number 2? Is why not? And we said why not followed by base. And then complement question mark. So the only difference between what about, how about, and why not is in what about the verb is ing. In why not there is base. Example, why not eat out? Okay, why not eat out? So what's used with why not? It's base. Rule number 3. In rule number 3, we change why not to let's. So what's followed by let's? Base. It's base, right? Plus complement, question mark. Question mark, guys? What is the difference between why not and let's?
There's no question mark.
Yes, here there is no question mark, but here it is like full stop. If not, the grammatical rule for both are the same, but the difference is in punctuation. Example, use the same example. Let's eat out. But we have full stop here. But in this example, with why not, we have question mark. Clear? Okay, so the last rule is number 4. I suggest. How do you know it's I suggest in the exam? If you see 2 pronouns after the blank, like what? Like if you see we or you, then we choose I suggest. So we have also that here, but that is optional. And then we have, what type of verb we use here? Base. And full stop at the end. Use the same example, and let's use I suggest. We say, I suggest you that eat out. No, that's grammatically incorrect. It should be base here. I suggest you and then base, not to. I know many people use this in spoken language, but it should be without to. Sorry? Both. Grammatically, it's you that. In grammar, we say you and that. But the that is optional, like we can use it and we can't. All right, any question? I have a question. Blank and clean the car. Let's wash. B. Why not to wash? C. What about washing? And D. Which one is correct if you have question mark at the end? You're so quiet. Because it's question mark, that's why we don't have to use I suggest and let's, right? So two are left. Why not? What about? Can we say let's here? No, because of question mark. So and there's clean. Clean is base. When there's base, can we use what about? No, because what about is verb ing. So we have why not to wash or why not wash?
Why not?
We can't say why not to, right? It must be why not plus base. Okay, so finally we have this. If we agree or disagree to a suggestion, or we can say refuse if you don't agree. So all the words have the same meaning. Okay, look. If we agree to a suggestion, we would say, if we agree, we use good, great, fantastic with idea, right? Now, if we disagree, we say number one, maybe not. Number two, no, I don't think so. Number three, I am not sure. In the exam, they ask us, the expression blank is used for blank. So one of these can be used for disagreement. One of these can be used for agreement. That's all. Cleaned? Cleaning. If clean is cleaning, we can choose C here. Yeah.